Hello. Happy Thursday, man. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. But you know what time it is, so stop playing with me. You know who I am, Mykell Mathieu, and these are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what it is. Welcome to These Are the Breaks, the latest episode. It is here, Thursday, March 9th. We'll have so much fun. If you don't know, this show is the show that is giving you all of the latest and greatest of the breaking news that is going out there in sports and culture. I got you covered, especially every Thursday, baby. So we're going to start off a couple days back on Tuesday night there at Crypto.com Arena. It was a special day. Not only did the Lakers pick up a nice victory against the jawless Memphis Grizzlies, but Pau Gasol had his jersey retired. It was about time. It was well deserving. It was a very emotional ceremony. And, you know, he was a key figure to the latest, I guess you can call them semi-dynasty, the team that played in 3 straight finals and won 2 straight championships. Pau Gasol, that number 16 jersey, is now there in the rafters next to the 8 and the 24 of the late, great Kobe Bryant. It was well-deserved, man. It was really dope checking that out a couple nights ago. Shout out to you, Pau Gasol. Thank you for doing what you did for the Lakers, helping bringing them back to their greatness. Now your jersey, your name will be among greatness forever. So to go from that, I have to talk to you about the great Jim Boeheim. He is going to be retiring after 47 years at Syracuse. They took an L yesterday, buzzer beater shot. They were defeated in the ACC tournament, and you know he wasn't sure what was going to happen, and they kind of let him know we're going to be moving on to a new head coach. So 47 years, Jim Boeheim, you were amazing. That you still played the zone to this day and gave people hassles. I'm going to forever remember the team with Carmelo Anthony that you were able to lead to go and win a national championship. You defeated my Kansas Jayhawks, who had a great team and great roster, but you did it with a freshman guy in Carmelo. I'm going to remember that team forever. I'm going to remember all of the orange, the big-time games, the rival games versus a lot of those teams in the old Big East that we all enjoyed. So I hope that you enjoy, Jim Boeheim, your retirement. And everybody, go show him some love. Go check out a lot of the Syracuse content, man, because that team that he put together for 47 years, can you imagine coaching? Can you imagine any job for 47 years? I'm not even 47 years now. So this is crazy that guy did that. So kudos to you, Jim Boeheim, on a great career. It sounds like that's going to be it. Much props to you. But I got to take you from the hardwood to the gridiron. I'll get back to the hardwood a little later, but we have to talk about the NFL breakdown where I give you the NFL news. We're going to start off with the franchise tag period. It is done. It's complete. We had some interesting things happen. The Chiefs, they didn't tag left tackle Orlando Brown Jr., so we're going to see what's going to happen there in Kansas City. The Giants, they paid Daniel Jones big, $160 million. He's going to receive him for 4 years, like $85 million guaranteed. They tagged Saquon Barkley, so they were able to beat that. But, man, the surprise is paying Daniel Jones so much money. Is he worth $40 million a year? The guy has never thrown, get this, the guy has never thrown more touchdown than games played in a season. Last year, he played 16 games. He only threw 15 touchdowns. Yes, they kind of, Brian Doball got the best out of him with running the ball, but I don't know if this is a guy you want to pay $40 million to, especially when Lamar Jackson can't even get a contract, which is insane, which is crazy. Lamar Jackson is not paid long term. Like, I can't believe this. He was slapped with the non-exclusive tag a couple days ago, and which allowed teams to actually negotiate with him. He's his own agent, him and some representatives that he worked with. So now he can go and talk to some teams and try to get a deal and maybe sign somewhere else. I know there's these different leagues saying these teams aren't interested, but I don't believe it until they come out and say it themselves, their GM, their people in charge, and say we're not trying to sign Lamar Jackson, because who doesn't want to have a former MVP, a guy who wins when it comes to the regular season at least. And a lot of teams just want to get into the playoffs and he can be your guy. But if a team were to sign him, the Ravens will have a chance to match, or if they allow it to happen, they can receive 2 first-round picks. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where Lamar is going to play next year, but I know that everybody has their eyes on this Lamar Jackson situation. We got news of a reinstatement. Calvin Ridley is back. He returns after a year-long suspension on betting on games, which he called, and I quote his quotes, that it was stupid and the worst mistakes of his life. He said he was going through depression. He was bored, so he decided to bet on some NBA and NFL games, and it came to bite him in the butt. But now he is back. He is going to be playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is a great piece for this team, a team that made it to the divisional round. They won their division. It's going to be, he's a nice piece to have, and I know he's just excited to get back on the football field. I know Trevor Lawrence is very excited to have him back. So let's see if Calvin Ridley is going to be ready to go. He was a 1,000-yard receiver before the crazy suspension, and now he is ready to go. So I'm excited to see him. Even though I'm a Chiefs guy, you want to see good football all around. And with Buffalo, with Cincinnati, now Jacksonville, that's going to be there competing against the Super Bowl champion Chiefs. The AFC is going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. And that's what we want, some competitive football. So much fun to be seen. But Calvin Ridley, welcome back to the NFL. I hope you get yourself in shape and be ready to ball out, because Duval County, they're going to need you. And Tony Pollard, I thought he was going to be let go. He was given the franchise tag. I think it's a great move for Dallas. They have to figure out what they're going to do with Zeke, because let's be honest, Zeke is washed. He isn't that guy anymore. He isn't explosive. I think they're going to be having to pay him like close to $18 million, something like that next year. He is not worth that money. So let's see if he takes a pay cut, or let's see if they just decide to let him go so that they can pay Tony Pollard. He's a home run threat. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He can do everything. So Cowboys, if you're smart, but this is Jerry Jones. He never does anything right when it comes to helping Dallas win football games. They haven't won the Super Bowl since the 90s, I know people who weren't even born during the time of their last Super Bowl. So, Cowboy fans, I know that you guys are anxious, hoping that they figure it out. But let's see if with them keeping Tony Pollard, if that can be a move that can help them get exactly to where they want to get. So now we have to take you to someone who is breaking all the rules. And this is easy for me. Y'all know who's breaking all the rules. It's the superstar that plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. His name is Ja Morant. The team said yesterday that he may be out. He's going to be out 4 more games as he gets himself together. But he was bailed out. He was lucky. He won't be charged for having the gun in the Colorado club. So I know that's something that's helping him. But I know there's a CBA rule that says something about a gun and a team playing. So if the NBA is going to do their own investigation, and we all know by now that pretty much they have the FBI, maybe the CIA, all working with them. So they're going to figure out exactly what happened. And if they find out that Ja had a gun on his team playing, 50 games, Ja Morant will be suspended. But we're going to get more information, and we're going to find out exactly what's going on with that situation. But Ja, get some better people around you. Get some friends who really got your back, people who are looking out, because you need some guidance and you need some help. Focus on being a great basketball player. You're not a rapper. You're not a thug. Nobody expects you to be that. So just do you on the court and get your act together. Hey, Ja, you're breaking all the rules, brother. So, hey, I got a commercial for you. You know, these are the breaks, and I got a break for you. I'll be back in a minute, guys.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Hey there, welcome back. You know who I am, Mykell Mathieu here. Once again, these are the breaks. Thank you for joining me here on this Thursday morning, man. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I got to take you to the hardwood. We got to talk some basketball. It is time for the breakaway report, man. I got to start off here in LA, beautiful Los Angeles, California, where I am now, because there's one guy who is playing out of his mind. You talking about being in his bag. He's probably found way at the bottom of his bag. His name is Anthony Davis. The guy is playing some amazing basketball. The Lakers, if the playoffs start today, the Lakers will be in the play-in. Aren't you excited, Laker fans? You know, a few weeks ago, we wouldn't have thought this would be possible, especially, you know, you see the injury to, you know, the great LeBron James. But this is Anthony Davis' last 5 games. 30 points, 22 rebounds, 2 blocks, which he did a couple nights ago against the Grizzlies on 64% shooting. Then he had 39, 8, and 6, 38, 5, and 2, 28, 19, and 5, 35, 15, and 4. Sounds like 2K numbers. The guy is playing some great, great basketball. When he's healthy and playing this inspired, he is a top 5 basketball player. I don't care what anybody say. You can at me, don't at me. I don't care what you do. But Anthony Davis playing like this is one of the best players in the NBA. And we're hoping here in Lakerland, La La Land, that he can keep it going, that the team can continue to win. Because right now, if they can get into the playoffs in the Western Conference, other than possibly Phoenix, I would say, nobody wants to face the Lakers, you know, to be honest. The Denver Nuggets, we haven't seen them do it in the playoffs yet. The Sacramento Kings, do we believe them? I think they're still the queens somewhere deep down inside. But, you know, we're going to have to see. But I just don't believe any of those teams will go into a series confident that they can beat a healthy Anthony Davis, a healthy LeBron James, with a D'Angelo Russell who is on his way back, where, you know, he could possibly be back tomorrow, Friday, against the Raptors, where he's going to be a much-needed help. But with the way that you got Beasley playing there, Malik Beasley, you have Jared Vanderbilt, you have Austin Reeves, who is looking like, dare I say, the better player between him and Caruso. I would choose Reeves because I think just him being able to shoot a consistent jump shot, the way that he's playmaking, the Lakers look very dangerous. Beware, NBA. You don't want a hot Lakers team sneaking into the playoffs with LeBron James and Anthony Davis healthy, D'Angelo Russell there. The Lakers are the team to watch out for in the Western Conference. I'm not saying that they're going to the conference finals or they're going to the finals, but I am just saying if they can find a way to get in, especially if they can get to maybe a 7th seed and match up with Sacramento, who's number 2 right now, the Lakers have a chance to make a run. And if LeBron and AD can make this happen, and somehow LeBron can get his 5th championship with this Laker team, I think even myself will kind of lean towards this guy maybe possibly being the GOAT. I still think it's Jordan, but it's going to have you think about it if they can make a way. But Anthony Davis is going to be a key part. He was a key figure in them winning in the bubble, and he is going to be a key part for them trying to make a run with this team. But you guys are lucky today because I'm going to give you Mykell's top 5, his NBA power rankings, and that's me myself. So number 1, we're going to start with the team who has been balling out, playing some great, great basketball, where I think the best player in the NBA resides right now. His name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks are playing great, great basketball. They're looking like the team that won the championship a couple years ago. They play defense. They score on you. And, yeah, you know, Giannis did something a little cheesy, trying to get the triple-double, but that man is playing some inspiring basketball. He's kind of in that area like a LeBron, like Kobe was, where he's so great that you can't just give them the MVP every year. So you try to find different narratives for other guys to give them the MVP. But Giannis is that guy. Middleton is showing that he's healthy. I like the pickup of Crowder. They look like the best team. So that's number 1. Number 2, I hate to say this, being a Laker guy, myself being here in LA, but it's the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and those guys look very inspired to get back to the NBA Finals. They're going to have to go through the Bucks, but they look like they're ready to go. I know they took a few losses lately, a few games where they were blowing teams out, and you can understand when you're blowing a team out, sometimes you might get caught, and it's happened to them a couple times versus the Knicks and, you know, a couple other matchups. But the Celtics look really good, and I believe that they'll amp it up more as we get down the season and get towards the playoffs. Jason Tatum is looking like a guy who's trying to creep into that top 5 players in the NBA. If he isn't there already, the Celtics look very, very tough. And they may match up in the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, which I believe will be a 7-game series. So that's my number 2 team for my power rankings. Number 3, the Denver Nuggets. Yes, I still have to see them do it in the playoffs, but if we're talking about the regular season, the Nuggets find ways to win. Michael Porter is doing his job. Jamal Murray is doing his job. Aaron Gordon is doing his job. And can you believe that Jokic may possibly win a 3rd straight MVP? Like, this is unreal, you know, because just looking at him play, I don't see that guy that's matching up with Larry Bird and Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, who has all won 3 straight MVPs, but he has a chance to do it. Like, this big man is averaging a triple-double. He is leading his team to the best record in the West. You know, I believe that Embiid should have won last year, and just with me and not trying to mess up history, where it's going to be weird to see Jokic with those other names, or I will probably even give it to Embiid if he can go on a run. He's playing some amazing basketball right now, but man, Jokic is doing a hell of a job. Mike Malone keeps those guys going. They are playing some great, great basketball, and going to Denver with that altitude is going to be tough in the playoffs. So, man, Denver, they're my number 3 team. Number 4, the Philadelphia 76ers, man. James Harden is looking like James Harden. The step backs look much better. He's getting to the rim. He's getting to the line. He's throwing 13 to 15 assists. Like, he is playing some very inspired basketball. And if they can get this in the playoffs, we haven't really seen it from James Harden, but if they can get this James Harden to go with this Embiid, who's trying to finally get this MVP award, and then I like the pickup of McDaniels, Tobias Harris there, Doc Rivers, he's an NBA champion, so I know he's going to try to get his guys there. I like Maxey over there. I think that the Sixers, they're going to be a tough out. So whoever's at that number 2 spot in the East, whether it's Milwaukee or Boston, is going to have to go through Philly, and that's going to be very, very tough. But Philly is playing some great basketball, led by James Harden, led by Joel Embiid. Man, it's some very exciting ball over there. And then number 5, I was going back and forth. Cleveland, they're doing some great things. But I can't overlook Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. That team is ready, primed and ready to go. Kevin Durant was the perfect piece next to D-Book. We saw he complained a couple years back about being doubled in some pickup basketball. So you know the doubles in the NBA were giving him a problem. Now he don't have to worry about being double teamed because Kevin Durant is there. And if a team is dumb enough to send a double at Devin Booker and let KD play one-on-one, he will scorch you to death. And that's what he's been doing so far. Chris Paul is just kicking back. He is just doing this thing. I said it last week. I said that this team reminds me a lot of the Celtics team that beat the Lakers in 2008 because Chris Paul is basically Rondo. He's just kicking back, just setting up guys and letting them do what they do. And Ayton looks like he found out his role is I'm going to score what I can, but I need to rebound. I need to play defense. He is doing exactly that. And the Phoenix Suns look like the best team on paper. Their record isn't there, but they look like the best team on paper. And so far on the court, since the addition of Kevin Durant, they look like the best team in the Western Conference. But it's going to be crazy. I got a little more to talk to you about because, you know, the game of the week I want you guys to look out on for the game of the week is Saturday on ABC. Bucks Warriors is going to be a great, great game. We get to see the top seed in the East versus the Warriors, the defending champs, with Steph back. But I still have more to talk to you about, so make sure that you guys don't go too far away. Get your coffee ready, get your snacks, because I got more of the breaks.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far. You know, this is the great show. These are the breaks. I know you love it. So before I break out and tell you, you know, a couple things that I want to discuss, I have to talk about the Heartbreak Hotel. Well, you know, we give you a game, upset, but I'm going to take it beyond that. I have to give a shout out to, you know, my former high school, Lusinger High School. The girls, they made it all the way to the regional state finals, but came up short. I was following their journey this entire season. They had the best record when it comes to their division in the CIF. They came up short in the CIF finals and came up short once again in the regional finals. So it's heartbreak hotel for those young ladies. But, hey, keep your head up high. You played some great basketball throughout the year. Keep doing what you're doing. But it's time to break out with me, the one and only Mykell. And I'm going to kind of, take you to a little more of the combat sports because I'm a fan of those as well. So shout out to Bones Jones, who Saturday night returned, took care of business. Now he is the heavyweight champion when it comes to the UFC. He's added another belt. He was once the light heavyweight champion. Now he is the heavyweight champion. He's one of the faces of the UFC. I know he's been off and on because of trouble, steroids, some stuff we don't want to talk about. But when he is there and he is on his game, he is a fun to watch. He's probably there, shall I say, like Mike Tyson. He's somebody that everybody wants to see when it comes to the UFC. So it was great to see him back Saturday night. Hopefully we see more of him, especially defending his title as the heavyweight champion. So kudos to you, Bones Jones. Welcome back and stay back. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, a couple days ago, they had their first face-off before their fight, April 22nd, 24th, where they're going to be fighting. A fight that I'm so excited to see. I'm such a huge boxing fan. For all my boxing fans out there, I know you guys are excited. We get to see two fighters who are not only great fighters, but they're social media superstars. And that's what it's all about, having your most popular fighters get in the ring and fight each other. I love you, Floyd Mayweather, but you kind of ruined that, taking these fights that we never wanted to see and taking advantage. So I'm happy and I'm hopeful that we can get back to it in the game of boxing, that you see the stars face off each other, especially if they're both undefeated like these two fighters. It is going to be a great fighter. I'm going to keep you updated throughout the weeks as we get closer to this fight. I am very excited and hope that we can see a great fight there in April, because these two guys been talking mess for a long time. It's going to be soon time for them to step in the ring and for somebody to get knocked out, baby. But I got to take you to the box office now, because Creed 3, it dropped last weekend, and it surprised everybody. It did some amazing things. Michael B. Jordan directed this film. Jonathan Majors was in the film. And Creed 3, it debuted as the highest grossing sports film with its first weekend, earning $58.7 million in North America and $41.8 million internationally. It's just a crazy film. I haven't even checked it out yet, but now I'm for sure to run to the theaters to see what all the talk and the fuss is about. And I'm hearing it's a great movie. Some people are saying that it's the best movie out of all of the films that involves Rocky. So I'm going to have to see for myself to see if I believe that. But shout out to Michael B. Jordan, first time directing the film, and for it to hit like this, you're doing something right. But I got to give kudos to Jonathan Major, because the guy has multiple films that drop back-to-back weeks that are number one. First, there was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where he was an amazing king. I'm excited to see where he goes with this character next. And then he has a new film that's going to be coming out, and he's going to play Dennis Rodman. Like, this guy can do everything. He's going to play Dennis Rodman in a movie called 48 Hours in Vegas. And if you don't know what that is, it was the 48 hours that Phil Jackson and the Bulls allowed Dennis Rodman to get away, to kind of get himself back together before they went on to win another championship. So I'm very interested to see how this movie is going to be played out. I'm very interested to see what Dennis Rodman is going to think about this movie and what he's going to allow to tell them, or allow them to say about his story, because I know Dennis Rodman was doing some wild shit in Las Vegas during that 48 hours. So it's going to be so much fun. And Jonathan Majors, I feel, is the perfect actor for this role. And it's like nothing he can't do. If you haven't seen Lovecraft Country, go and check it out. He was amazing. In that series that was on HBO, it's on HBO Max. The guy is killing it. He is a superstar. Make sure that you follow his career. But before I go, I just have to talk about the thing that is just blowing my mind, and I discussed it a little bit earlier about this Lamar Jackson and Daniel Jones thing, because one man is going to be paid $40 million a year, and one man is trying to get paid some type of money, trying to make sure that he is secure. And he has a better resume. Lamar Jackson is 45-16. He's 26 years old. He has an MVP. He has 101 passing touchdowns to 24 rushing touchdowns. Daniel Jones, who is now going to be paid $40 million a year, is 21-32-1. He's 25 years old, 0 MVPs, 60 passing touchdowns, and only 12 rushing touchdowns. And we haven't really talked about the Giants until this year when they got the big upset in the playoffs to make it to the divisional round. But I don't know what's going on. This situation seems really weird. You have this black quarterback who is a baller, who's doing great things, who can't seem to get his pay. So I don't know what's going to happen with the situation. I hope that it's solved soon. If Daniel Jones can get $40 million, damn it, a year, I think that Lamar can get 50. But hopefully we get a little more out of this situation, see what's going on. Is it hurting Lamar that he has no representation? I don't know, but we shall know. Hopefully more by next week or the week after. And guess what? I will be here to break it to you because I am Mykell Mathieu. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Have fun, but not too much fun, because you know what these are. These are the breaks. Catch you next week, baby.